Florida, the very name sparks dreams of golden sunshine, endless beaches, and legendary theme parks. But behind that dazzling postcard image lies a maze of hidden pitfalls waiting for the unsuspecting traveler. A vacation that was meant to be carefree and joyful can quickly unravel into a stressful, costly ordeal if you stumble into even a few simple mistakes. Many visitors arrive thinking, "It's Florida. It's paradise. All I have to do is relax." Yet the reality often proves harsher. Overconfidence, lack of preparation, or unrealistic expectations have ruined countless trips, leaving families exhausted, disappointed, and wondering where it all went wrong. In this video, we're pulling back the curtain on the most common mistakes tourists make when visiting Florida. Some of them may seem trivial at first glance, but fall into the trap once and your entire trip could collapse. Others carry consequences that go far beyond a spoiled holiday, leaving scars, financial or emotional, that last long after the plane ride home. Stick with me to the very end, because what you're about to discover might be the key to saving both your wallet and your peace of mind in the Sunshine State. One of the biggest misconceptions travelers bring to Florida is the idea that every bit of wildlife here is safe, friendly, or just waiting to pose for your Instagram photo. It's easy to be charmed by the sight of a pelican skimming the waves or an iguana sunning itself on a sidewalk. But the truth is that Florida's ecosystem is wild in every sense of the word. Tourists often make the mistake of treating animals like props for entertainment. A casual handout of snacks to a flock of birds might seem harmless, but it can create swarms that quickly turn aggressive. Iguanas may look lazy basking in the sun, yet they can scratch, bite, or even startle drivers when they dart across roads in groups. Even those gentle-looking creatures in canals or lagoons are not always as docile as they appear. Manatees, for example, are strictly protected by federal law, and disturbing them, even unintentionally, can land you in serious legal trouble. The deeper issue is that when animals begin associating humans with food, they stop behaving naturally. A raccoon or gator that learns to rely on handouts doesn't just lose its instincts, it becomes dangerous, both to itself and to people around it. Authorities are often left with no choice but to remove or even put down animals that cross this line, and the cute vacation moment someone hoped to capture turns into a tragedy. The safest and smartest way to enjoy Florida's wildlife is the simplest. Admire from a distance. Snap your photos, marvel at the beauty, but keep your hands to yourself. Remember, you came here for a vacation, not for a scar or a citation. When most people picture Florida, the first images that come to mind are the massive gates of Disney World, the thrilling roller coasters of Universal, and the sprawling animal exhibits at Busch Gardens. These places are designed to inspire wonder, but too often, travelers sabotage themselves by approaching them like military missions. The mistake is thinking you can do it all. Families map out an aggressive schedule, determined to conquer every ride, every show, and every character, meet and greet in a matter of days. What they don't realize is that these parks are vast. Disney World alone is larger than many American cities. Moving from one attraction to another in the blazing, Florida's sun can feel like marching across a desert, and by midweek, the excitement turns into exhaustion. The burnout is real. Children melt down from long waits and skip naps. Parents argue over wasted money or impossible expectations. Instead of laughing together on a ride, entire families are reduced to silent trudges across parking lots, sunburned and resentful. The irony is that the very place designed for joy becomes the stage for frustration. The secret isn't in pushing harder, but in slowing down. Pick your top priorities and let the rest go. Build in breaks, accept that you'll miss a few things, and savor the experiences you do get. Florida's theme parks are magical, but only if you remember they're not competitions. It's not about how many rides you conquer, it's about how many memories you actually enjoy. Florida is a state built for driving. From the glittering hotels of Miami Beach to the cruise ports along the coast and the theme parks tucked inland, nearly every trip here requires a set of wheels. But one of the quickest ways travelers drain their vacation budget is by misunderstanding how rental cars and tolls work. The common trap happens right at the rental count. Tourists, eager to get on the road, are often offered toll packages that sound convenient, unlimited access for just a few extra dollars per day. What most don't realize is that these programs can cost far more than the actual tolls themselves. A handful of short drives may rack up less than $15 in real toll fees, yet with daily surcharges, the bill can balloon to $50, $60, even $70 by the end of the week. Then there's the hidden sting of plate-based billing. Skip the toll booth without a proper pass, and the invoice doesn't come straight to you, it goes first to the rental company. By the time it reaches your credit card, small charges can multiply into outrageous totals thanks to administrative fees. The smarter strategy is to prepare ahead. Florida has its own simple toll devices, like SunPass and ePass, which can be purchased cheaply and linked temporarily to a rental car. With one of these on your windshield, you pay the same rates locals do and avoid the nasty surprises later. If that feels like too much effort, at least research your routes in advance so you know where the toll roads are and what they'll actually cost. Because nothing takes the shine off a beach sunset faster than realizing you spent more on road fees than on your hotel room. Florida's waters are one of its greatest attractions. Turquoise waves along the coast, shimmering ponds beside hotels, and endless canals that snake through neighborhoods. But here's the mistake. Assuming every body of water is safe for a refreshing dip. Visitors often treat lakes, retention ponds, or even quiet canals like natural swimming pools. The problem is that Florida's freshwater is home to far more than fish. Alligators, snakes, and snapping turtles thrive in these habitats. And they don't need much space to surprise you. What looks like a calm little pond behind your resort may in reality be part of an animal's territory. Even when predators aren't the issue, the water itself can be. Many lakes are murky with vegetation, offering poor visibility and a tangle of roots underfoot. Unlike the clear lakes you might find up north, these waters can feel claustrophobic, even unsettling. And then there's the rare but real danger of microscopic organisms that thrive in warm, stagnant water organisms that no tourist wants to encounter. The ocean, while iconic, isn't risk-free either. Powerful rip currents pull even strong swimmers away from shore in seconds. Schools of jellyfish drift unseen until the sting ruins your afternoon. And stingrays, camouflaged in shallow sand, can make a misstep incredibly painful. Locals know the rule. Swim only in designated areas, preferably where lifeguards are present. Pay attention to flags and warnings, they exist for a reason. If you crave fresh water, stick to the state's natural springs, where the water is cool, clear, and safe. Because in Florida, water is everywhere, but not all of it is meant for swimming. Every year, from June through November, Florida lives under the shadow of hurricane season, and yet many travelers either don't know or choose not to think about it. They see a cheap flight in September, book it with excitement, and only later discover why the price was so low. The mistake here is treating hurricane season like a footnote instead of a genuine factor in your travel plans. Storms don't hit every week, but when they do, they can throw your vacation into chaos. Flights are canceled, beaches are closed, and entire cities board up. What was supposed to be a romantic getaway turns into a few nights huddled in a hotel room, surviving on vending machine snacks by flashlight. Even if a storm never makes landfall, the constant threat can hang over your trip. Rain bands sweep in unexpectedly, attractions shut down early, and coastal towns prepare for the worst. For families who planned months in advance, this uncertainty can be crushing. The solution isn't to avoid Florida altogether during these months, but to plan smarter. Always check the forecast before you travel. Consider travel insurance that covers weather disruptions, and build flexibility into your itinerary so that a sudden storm doesn't wreck your entire schedule. Veteran visitors even find silver linings on the days leading up to a storm. Theme parks and tourist spots often empty out, giving you rare short lines and quiet spaces. But that only applies if it's safe. Never gamble with your safety just to squeeze in a ride or a photo. Hurricanes are part of Florida's identity. Respect the season, prepare for the possibility, and you'll avoid turning your holiday into a disaster movie. The Sunshine State earns its nickname honestly, and yet countless travelers underestimate just how intense that sunshine can be. They arrive armed with a single bottle of sunscreen, slap it on once in the morning, and assume they're protected for the day. By evening, they're red as a lobster, peeling by the next, and miserable for the rest of their trip. The Florida sun doesn't just burn, it drains. The combination of high humidity and relentless UV exposure can leave even seasoned travelers dizzy, dehydrated, and lethargic. It's not unusual to see families cutting their beach day short because someone is shivering with sunstroke or hiding under towels after just an hour in the sand. The mistake here isn't just forgetting sunscreen. It's forgetting the rhythm of the sun itself. UV levels remain dangerously high even in cooler months, and cloudy skies don't shield you the way people think. Tourists assume that December or January visits are safe, only to return home with burns they never expected. The locals have mastered the art of sun survival. Hats, breathable clothing, constant hydration, and reapplying sunscreen every couple of hours. Many even wear UV protective shirts at the pool or beach, sacrificing a bit of fashion for the guarantee of comfort. It's not about looking glamorous, it's about making sure you can actually enjoy your trip without spending half of it nursing blisters. The bottom line, the Florida sun doesn't take a vacation, and neither should your precautions. Protect yourself, or your dream holiday will quickly feel like punishment. It's one of the easiest ways to get ripped off in Florida. And it happens before you even realize what's going on. You pull into a gas station near the airport or just outside a major attraction, swipe your card, and watch the numbers climb higher than you ever imagined. By the time the tank is full, you've spent nearly double the going rate. These overpriced stations thrive on location. They sit strategically right where travelers are most desperate after a long flight, before returning a rental car, or just outside theme parks where fuel options seem scarce. Many international visitors don't even recognize the scam. In countries where gas prices are already high, $6 or $7 a gallon might not feel outrageous, so they pay without question. But a few blocks away, locals are filling up for half the price. That's the cruel part. The difference is sometimes just a short drive, but the stations count on you being too tired, rushed, or unaware to notice. The solution is simple. Don't let urgency blind you. Check gas prices on your phone before pulling in. Apps and even Google Maps will show nearby stations and their rates in real time. If you're renting a car, plan your last fuel stop in advance so you're not forced into the first overpriced pump you see. Because nothing sours a family road trip faster than realizing you just paid theme park ticket money to fill a gas tank. Florida is the cruise capital of the world, with millions of passengers boarding ships from Miami, Fort Lauderdale, and Port Canaveral every year. But one of the most devastating mistakes travelers make is booking a flight that lands just hours before their ship sets sail. On paper, it seems efficient. Arrive in the morning, board by afternoon, and start your voyage. In reality, it's gambling with your entire vacation. Air travel is unpredictable. A weather delay in another state, a mechanical issue, or even a traffic jam on the way from the airport can unravel the tightest schedule. Cruise ships don't wait for stragglers. If you're not checked in by the cutoff time, the vessel leaves without you, no refunds, no second chances. Watching your ship drift away while you stand on shore is more than heartbreaking. It's financially devastating. Thousands of dollars vanish in an instant. Even those who make it on time rarely enjoy the experience. The stress of sprinting through airports, hauling luggage through crowded terminals, and praying you'll beat the clock is hardly the relaxed start anyone dreams of. Instead of sipping a cocktail on deck, you're still catching your breath from the mad dash. The smarter move is to arrive at least one day early. Book a hotel near the port, explore the city, and let your vacation start with ease. Waking up, rested, and strolling to the ship with time to spare sets a tone of calm that carries through the entire journey. Because no cruise memory is worth the risk of losing the trip before it even begins. It happens all the time. A traveler finds a deal online that seems almost too good to pass up minutes from the beach, close to the parks, or budget-friendly comfort. The photos look polished, the price feels right, and the booking is made in a hurry. Only when they arrive do they realize those minutes translate to long drives through traffic. And budget-friendly means paper-thin walls, suspicious stains, and a pool no one dares to use. The mistake lies in trusting marketing language without digging deeper. Florida's tourist hubs, Orlando, Miami, Tampa, are filled with hotels ranging from luxurious resorts to motels that haven't been updated since the 1972nd. The difference between the two isn't always obvious in a listing. A place described as near Disney could actually sit on a highway 45 minutes away. That Miami Beach bargain might be inland, surrounded by pawn shops and traffic noise instead of palm trees and ocean views. The disappointment doesn't just ruin your mood, it eats away at your vacation. Instead of relaxing, you spend extra time in the car, extra money on ride shares, and restless nights wishing you had done a little more research. The fix is simple but essential, always cross-check. Use maps to verify distances, read reviews carefully, and focus on recent photos uploaded by guests rather than polished images from management. Look for patterns in feedback. If multiple travelers mention noise, bad service, or sketchy surroundings, believe them. Your hotel is more than just a place to sleep. It frames your entire trip. Choose poorly, and even the best attractions won't fully make up for it. Few things tempt tourists faster than the word free. In Florida, that word often comes attached to promises of complimentary theme park tickets, resort stays, or discounted attractions if only you agree to sit through a short presentation. What sounds like a harmless 90-minute talk can spiral into hours of high-pressure sales tactics designed to wear you down. These offers usually lead to timeshare pitches. The salespeople know exactly how to pull emotional strings, talking about family memories, showing glossy brochures, and dangling once-in-a-lifetime deals. They use urgency, guilt, and relentless persuasion until you feel cornered. Many visitors sign contracts on impulse, convinced they're making a smart investment, only to discover later they're locked into years of fees, hidden costs, and obligations nearly impossible to escape. The danger isn't just losing an afternoon of your vacation, it's saddling yourself with long-term financial headaches that can follow you for decades. Families have drained savings, ruined credit, and even declared bankruptcy trying to untangle themselves from contracts signed in the heat of the moment. The truth is simple. If an offer sounds too good to be true, it island. Florida thrives on tourism, and there's no shortage of legitimate ways to enjoy the state without being trapped in schemes disguised as gifts. The best move when approached with a free ticket pitch is to smile, say no, and walk away. Your peace of mind is worth far more than any so-called bargain. Florida is a place of dazzling beaches, world-class attractions, and unforgettable adventures. But as you've seen, it's also a place where small missteps can snowball into stress, wasted money, or even long-term regret. From trusting wildlife a little too much, to rushing through theme parks like their checklists, to falling for slick free offers, every mistake carries a lesson. The key to enjoying the Sunshine State isn't doing more, spending more, or rushing harder. It's being mindful. Research your hotel before you book. Give yourself an extra day before your cruise. Respect the sun, the weather, and the wildness of this unique state. Most of all, remember that vacations are meant to refresh you, not exhaust you. Florida will reward the traveler who slows down, prepares wisely, and embraces the journey with realistic expectations. Do that, and you'll return home not just with souvenirs, but with memories worth cherishing. If you found these tips helpful, make sure to hit the like button so more people can avoid these traps. Subscribe for more insider advice and hidden gems about Florida travel. And in the comments, share your own experiences. What mistake did you make, or almost make, on your Florida trip? Because sometimes, the best way to prepare for a perfect vacation is learning from the stories of those who nearly ruined theirs.